What is up, wrestling fans? This is Kayfabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JP. Well, it is Sunday night. It is 8 p.m. Central Time, and it is time for the weekly live stream. Lots of WWE Superstars are apparently asking for the release. Are they going to jump to AEW? Are they even going to get released? What the heck's going to happen? We're going to talk about it right now. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. This is Kayfabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JP. If this is your first time here, please stick around for a little while. Partake in the chat room to the left-hand side of the screen. If you guys like what you see, make sure to crush like, hit subscribe, and click the bell notification for whenever we post videos so you can stay in tune with every little thing that's going on. We go live every single Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, except for pay-per-view nights, where we were always going after the pay-per-view. And of course, we always go live every single Wednesday right after NXT to discuss the weekly NXT show. And we also throw on random stuff every now and then. And if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to crush those Facebook page and that Twitter account. I'm on my third cup of coffee. Let's rock this bad boy. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? I agree. Promo-wise, the Revival are boring. In ring-wise, they're fun to watch. They are great in the ring. I just, they need a shtick. They need a mouthpiece. They need somebody to do the talking for them. Sorry about the noise upstairs. My loving wife is trying to get our son to sleep. He's been very grumpy today. Normally he's in bed by now, which is why I always have the show on at 8. Alright, but yeah, let's get right into it. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's start off with some minor stuff, and then we'll jump into the actual weekly big discussion. So yeah, big thing right off the bat today. My girl, Dakota Kai, is going to be out for some period of time. She finally posted on her social media accounts that she's been kind of hiding the injury. I knew she did get injured prior to Christmas. I didn't think anything too much of it because I didn't hear anything about it. I assumed that she would be back, but no, she tore her ACL in a match in Green Bay. She kept it kind of hidden from everybody. She went home to New Zealand for the holidays. Now that she's back, she is requiring surgery, so that's going to put her out for an undisclosed amount of time. ACLs, this has been the year of ACLs. Everybody's blowing their knees out, their legs out. Pretty much every ligament in their legs is going on. And yeah, I didn't want to even mention, but yeah, her and Tegan, it just sucks. The two of my favorite up-and-comers of NXT are going to be out for some period of time, especially this close to Royal Rumble season. I was really rooting that Dakota would be in the Royal Rumble just as a surprise entrant. Does not look like it's going to happen. Yeah, from what I've heard, though, her surgery went okay, but we don't know how long she's going to be out for. Usually an ACL is anywhere from 4 to 6 months minimum, but she's pretty strong on her legs to begin with, so maybe it will heal up quicker than expected. But yeah, it really sucks. Really bad timing for Dakota. I wish her all the best in her speedy recovery. You guys who follow the channel know that she is one of my favorite absolute going on the roster today. She's just super down to earth, super fun on her social media accounts. Her Twitch channel is super great to watch. She's a huge gamer. Wish her all the best, speedy recovery to her and Tegan. And you know what? If Jazzy's in the Royal Rumble, I'm all for that. But yes, speedy recovery, Dakota. Hope you feel well. Heal those legs up so you can continue to kick people's faces off. But yeah, I should have pieced it together when they had that big promo picture of all of NXT UK at their new performance center, and she was not in the picture. I should have that was really bad detective work on my part. Also, if you guys haven't seen this, got an Aladdin. There we go, Aladdin Disney Cup today. Big Disney fan. All right, let's jump back on. So yeah, sticking on the entire NXT aspect this week on SmackDown and Monday Night Raw, we actually had some of our NXT call-ups kind of do their thing. A lot of them were just in little quick backstage promos. Otis, love you, brother, man. Otis, you stole the show for me. Even though you were creepy as hell on Monday Night Raw when you came out pretty lady, right to Alexa Bliss. Just not a good way. Okay, people who don't know what heavy machinery is all about would be completely confused to hell about that. But me, I get what Otis is all about. So yeah, I was like, yeah, that is Otis to a T. And then on SmackDown, when he like made like that giant protein shake with like meat and random crap in it, and just like chugged it, and then like Becky comes by and she chugs it. That was a really good segment. I really dug that. EC3 was in the background for both shows, just kind of flexing, looking in the mirror. Lacey Evans was just kind of in the background. I liked that she was watching the Becky Lynch match. Really cool. I really dug that. And Nikki had a match herself. Like Nikki actually got in the 6-woman tag. She looked great. Nikki looked awesome. 2 thumbs way up for her. Really excited. Oh my god, we are losing the stream again. If we log off, I'm really sorry. Gotta check that latency. I need to get a computer upgrade. Anyone out there, give me your money so I can upgrade my computer. But yeah, Nikki looked really good. Yeah, and of course, if you guys didn't hear, Lars is the only one who wasn't there. Apparently, he's dealing with some personal issues. Apparently, he had an anxiety issue prior to his thing, which sucks. Like me, I do suffer from anxiety. I do have medication for it. It's bad. Like it makes you feel absolutely worthless. Makes you feel scared all the time. You constantly second guess every little thing about you. Like me, like that. That's why I kind of changed the line of work I do now. I used to be in sales, like on the sales floor, helping customers, selling products, stuff like that. Now I'm in the warehouse, in the back, because I just can't physically cope with the stresses of that sort of thing. But yeah, I wish Lars all the best. If all this is true, I know what you're feeling, brother. Anxiety is a serious concern that a lot of people, oh, just feel better. No, that's not how it works. It cripples you. So hopefully, like, Lars can come back and make his debut, and I'm really looking forward to see what he can do on the main roster, because I like Lars. Big Lars Sullivan fan. All right, speaking of Nikki Cross, somebody got married. That's right, Nikki Cross and her long-term man, Killian Dane. I knew that they were a couple, known for a while that they've been together, but yeah, they decided to finally tie the knot over the weekend. Very secretively, I think. All they posted on social media was just their hands with the rings, saying after 10 years together, you know that it's time. So congratulations to them. I think that's great. I love Nikki. She's amazing. I love Killian Dane. He's just, like, I was never overly sold on Killian Dane until the War Games match, when he just he just rocked it. Like, he just, like, that first War Games match, he just stole the show for me, and I've been a big fan of his ever since. You know what? I like them. Like, this is a cute couple. You know what? Like I said, they've been together for over a decade. So obviously they're doing something right. Obviously they love each other very much. So all the best to you two. I think that's great. I hope WWE kind of plays with this a little bit. Make them like that crazy psychotic married couple. I think that would really work for their characters. But yeah, all the best to you guys. Many more years of happiness ahead. But yeah, that's so cool. Like, and yeah, you're right. It's so weird when you think about it. It's just, it's just weird. Like, on paper it shouldn't work, but it does. And when you like see their personalities, it totally works. So good on them. That's awesome. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen out of this. So yes, I know I want Sanity to be on TV so much. Sanity, I think, is probably the biggest waste right now. Like, Eric Young is a freaking legend. He's a wrestling legend, and he's getting nothing. Wolf is he's great. Alexander Wolf is just so damn good. Killian Dane, like, Sanity is super fun. And they need to be on TV, and I need Nikki to be on TV. I need every person who's ever been on NXT that's on the main roster now needs to be on freaking TV. Hands down. All right, but yes, all the best to them. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, let's take a look. What else do we got next? So if you guys didn't watch Monday Night Raw last week, I missed it live, but I checked it out as soon as I got home from the work. Very cool. Like I said, like, a lot of stuff has changed here. We'll just cut right to the slide. Yeah, that's right. Braun Strowman is no longer in the main title picture. A lot of people have a couple theories. Main theory for me, what I believe is probably the most likely true, is that with his injury, he's not going to be good to go come Royal Rumble. Like I said, he had to get whole reconstructive surgery on his elbow. Yeah, he's a big dude. But like I said, you got spurs and bone cracks in there like that. That takes a while. That's a lot to clean up. Another theory that they have is that with Braun Strowman most likely was going to lose that match, people just didn't want it to happen. People just, like they keep pushing Braun Strowman as this unbeatable monster, and every single time he's in a world title match, he loses. So a lot of people think, well, if they're not going to put the title on him this time, then what the hell's even the point? So they had a series of matches, like a fatal four-way. Finn Balor won, so Finn Balor has won the match. Finn Balor will be taking on Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble, and I'm super excited for this match. Like I said, I really enjoy Brock Lesnar matches when he's fighting a smaller opponent. Like Brock versus, like Braun Strowman, didn't really dig those matches. Brock versus Goldberg, didn't dig any of the matches. My favorite Brock Lesnar matches were Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. So, just go with this. This makes total sense. And yeah, there's the rumor too that Brock handpicked Finn Balor personally. I think that this is going to be a really good match. Like, if Brock is on his game and actually wants to put on a good match, I think that this has the potential to steal the night. This could be the most talked about thing of the year if Finn's actually technically wins. I have a good feeling. Like if Finn goes full demon, because Finn hasn't lost as the demon yet, to my knowledge, since moving up to the main roster. He has lost in demon form in NXT, but since he's been on the main roster, he's only done demon a couple times though. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be a fun match. But yeah, super psyched that Finn's finally getting the push that he deserves. He's been robbed of that push since he moved up to the main roster. Yes, he won the first Universal title, and yes, he was injured for a year after that. But then since he's come back, he's gotten garbage, nothing. So, me likey this. I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be a fun match. Really looking forward to this Sunday for sure. Which also leads to some of the other things in the Royal Rumble. Like what's going to happen? You are correct. He has not lost a one-on-one match. He did lose Elimination Chamber and stuff like that. But yeah, not a one-on-one. Yeah, he is undefeated one-on-one. You are correct. So with the Royal Rumble, like I said, this opens up a lot of different things right now going to the Royal Rumble. I'm going to have my predictions video later on in the week. Like I said, I still have to watch the go-home shows. I can't really make a solid prediction until both the go-home shows are done. So look for probably Friday this week. I'll be having my Royal Rumble predictions. But as of right now, I think the men's, I still think it's going to be Seth or Drew. And the women's, I think it all comes down to the outcome of the Becky-Asuka match. That's what it's going to come down to. If Becky loses against Asuka, Becky will enter the Rumble and win. And if it has to pretty much result in Becky versus Ronda at WrestleMania. That's what it has to lead to. So whatever happens there, that's what's going to happen in the women's match. But then again, Charlotte was announced for the Women's Royal Rumble today, so who knows what's going to happen there. They've added a couple other matches, like Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be taking on Rusev. I'm not really digging that feud yet. They need to push a little bit more with that one. There will be no IC Championship match at the Royal Rumble because Seth is in the Royal Rumble, Dean is in the Royal Rumble, and Bobby Lashley are in the Royal Rumble, so they're kind of all the people going. What I'm thinking is going to happen is Sammy or Kevin Owens is going to come back. More likely Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens had less of a serious injury. I think Kevin Owens is going to come back in the Rumble, eliminate Bobby Lashley, and that's going to set up their feud. Because if you remember, it's Bobby Lashley who injured Sammy and Kevin Owens. So, yeah, makes total sense. Because, yeah, I don't see where the IC title is going to be. I don't see where the feud is right now. Seth could just get a rematch, Dean could just get a rematch. No, Seth's going to the main title picture for sure. Yeah, but actually, yeah, no, that holds water too. Ember versus Asuka, I really dig that. I just don't want a triple threat match. As much as it would be a great match, I just don't want Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. I just want Ronda and Charlotte. I just want that. Sorry, not Ronda and Charlotte. I just want Ronda and Becky. I think that would just be the bigger money draw, but whatever. But yeah, prediction video later on this week. All right, so let's talk about the main meat and potatoes going into this week. So, big rumors out there that a couple WWE superstars were asking for the release. Very first, they weren't the first ones, but they were cut a little bit later on. Maria and Mike Kanellis apparently asked for their release. they really haven't done a lot on the main roster since moving up. Like it was also really weird timing because like immediately after they were signed to WWE, Maria got pregnant, and Mike was kind of dealing with all of his personal issues of trying to get clean and sober, and he's done very well for himself. If you see a picture like this, like how he looked a year ago to how he looks now, he's completely turned his life around, complete 180. But apparently they were not happy and they asked for their release. But then immediately the day after, Maria Kanellis on her social media accounts said that that's a lie. They have not asked for their releases whatsoever. They are very happy with where they're standing. Plus, said like if you guys seen, like he's been on 205 Live a couple times so far, and he might be getting a push on 205. Granted, he's not in the main title picture right now, but I bet you heading into WrestleMania, he's going to be the main challenger for the 205 Cruiserweight Championship. That's what I feel. I feel. I don't think who's gonna him versus Buddy would be okay. I'd be okay for a feud like that. But yeah, like I guarantee Mike Kanellis is going to be getting a push in the next few months. I just have a feeling about it. He's great in the ring. It's a great shtick. I like this, and his theme music, yeah, like freaking 80s power ballads. But the main talk that everybody has been talking about was the Revival. Revival apparently have asked for their release, and this one blew up all over social media. Like every possible wrestling dirt sheet, Twitter account, Instagram, like almost every single wrestling writer that I follow posted some form of a story about this, including Dave Meltzer. And if Uncle Dave says it's true, it must be true. So yeah, but yeah, like it totally makes sense. So because like the Revival hasn't really done anything since moving up to the main roster. But like we even talked about earlier on in the show, like they're not the strongest microphone wise. They don't really have a shtick going for them. It's just it's just two dudes. Like I like the way they wrestle though. Like they're very chain wrestling, very technical. Like even they're saying like no flips, just fists. I think for them to succeed in WWE, they need a mouthpiece. They need something. They need a guy to just push them. And I can see why they're unhappy. Like I said, like most of the shticks that they've been in, like yeah, they've been getting quite a bit of TV time right now in a lot of losing efforts. I kind of like the storyline that's going on. Is how they're constantly getting screwed out of their championship opportunities. But hey, if they've asked for the release, all the power to them. I'm sure they can find greener pastures. But the thing that a lot of people got to remember is just because you've asked for your release doesn't mean WWE is going to release you, i.e. Neville. Like I said, Neville sat in limbo for almost an entire year before something happened with him. He walked out, like that whole cruiserweight thing because of Enzo Amore, which I can see why, because I hate Enzo. Enzo is a huge flaming piece of crap, in my opinion. I never liked him as a wrestler. I don't like him as a human. He's very cocky, very I just don't like people. I grew up with a couple people like that. I just don't think that that's the right path to go. Yeah, like that's all I have to say. And you are correct. Revival did have some pretty bad luck. How both of them kind of got injured really quick. And yes, Enzo's a draw, but he's a draw for the wrong reasons. It's just a personal vendetta I have against him. I just don't like him as a person. But yeah, so then of course Neville walked out and then asked for his release, and then nothing happened. And then technically, since Neville was still employed by the WWE, he couldn't wrestle anywhere else. So it finally took him almost a year to finally just come to agreement. He jumped over to Dragon Gate for a little while, for a couple weeks, and now Neville's on with AEW. So that's the thing is, that's the big rumor mill floating around right now is AEW. Like all these guys are asking for their release to jump ship to AEW. Is it the right thing? Like who knows? Like AEW is a small fish right now. Like so they haven't had any shows. They do have a pretty decent roster. They actually invaded a local independent house show. I didn't get the full details, but apparently, yeah, like a lot of them just kind of came into the event and like got some great time. Managed to put this little independent league on the map. So good for them. Who knows? But that's the thing, is everyone's just automatically assuming, just because everyone's unhappy with WWE, that they're going to jump ship to AEW. Um, Statistically, that's probably what's going to happen. But will it happen? Who knows? I don't know how their tag team structure is going to be. I said, because the Young Bucks are hugely involved in AEW, obviously. So are they just going to have full creative control over the whole tag team division? Who knows? So therefore, is the Revival going there? I don't know. It's still way too early to tell. We're not going to know anything about AEW until at least April, May, once they start to get their whole roster kind of set, and that's when their first event's going to be coming out in Las Vegas, which I think is going to be really great. And Neville got paid to take a vacation. Hey, if I could get paid to take a permanent vacation, I'd be for. And and I fully agree. Like, AEW is where it's not a league yet. It's a thing. It's a premise. It's something that's a dream that's just not fully there. And yeah, I fully agree. If they don't get a TV deal, that could be the absolute death of them. Like I said, I say it every single week. You can listen to a lot of sports just by hearing it. Like I said, you can watch hockey just by hearing it, football just by hearing it. Wrestling is a sport where you physically have to see it. Just listening to the commentary for wrestling is not enough. Wrestling is a show sport. You need to actually see what's going on to make any sense of it. So without them getting a TV deal, I think it'll be really, really, really hard. Like I said, like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, I love it. The matches I've seen are absolutely phenomenal, but they don't have a TV deal, and then the shows that you can find on the internet are pretty not great quality. So I think that does hurt their product a little bit. But apparently, like, their house shows are out of this world, like I said. So I don't know. I don't think that the Greener Pastures technically is AEW yet. And it's weird. And how are they going to produce it? How are they going to book it? So many questions that need to be answered in the next little while. It's crazy. It is a crazy time to be a wrestling fan. But yeah, I'm really looking forward, though. I said this is my favorite time of the year. It's Royal Rumble. I gotta slide into frame. God, JP, get your head in the game. You know what? Let's just get rid of it. All right. So yeah, I'm really excited for Royal Rumble season. I think it's gonna be great. I'm excited to see what AEW is gonna put out. I'm excited for just everything in general. I just love wrestling. Wrestling is, I said, I've been a fan for over 30 years. I am never gonna stop loving it, and I love when people come, oh, it's fake. So, movies are fake. Most of the news is fake. Whatever. I love nobody except for wrestling and my family and all you peeps out there that keep watching the show. All right, that is all from me. This is my favorite time of wrestling year now till WrestleMania. Yeah, pretty much once WrestleMania stops, it's like, okay, now let's go into SummerSlam, where I just hate. What do you mean Marvel's fake? How dare you tell me that superheroes aren't real? But yeah, it's so weird that like WWE like January Royal Rumble and then like WrestleMania and then just for the rest of the year. Just I hate SummerSlam so much. SummerSlam doesn't have, at least Survivor Series. You have Survivor Series matches. SummerSlam is just, let's just have a long-ass pay-per-view and have none of it make any freaking sense whatsoever. But yet my all-time favorite matches from SummerSlam 91. I can't win. So yeah, if you were in charge of the WWE wrestlers' minds and you felt that some of them would jump ship and go to AEW, who would it be? Let me know in that comment section below. As always, though, this is JP from Kayfabe Chronicles, and if you guys like what you saw, make sure to crush like, hit subscribe, and click the bell notification for whenever we post the videos. Always go live 8 p.m. Central Time on Sundays and on Wednesdays to discuss weekly events and the NXT show. And we will always go on after the pay-per-views on Sunday to discuss it. However, this week, after Royal Rumble, I will not be at home. I will be out for my yearly Royal Rumble festivities. Royal Rumble and WrestleMania are the two events a year where just a huge group of us high school friends get together. We have a great drinking game that we formed. I'll be live tweeting throughout the event, doing a little bit of periscoping through the Twitter, but there will not be a review immediately after Royal Rumble on Sunday. I'll probably be doing it on Monday evening. But we'll still be doing the NXT stuff, of course. But yes, I will see you guys this Wednesday for NXT. And then I will see you guys at the end of the week for my Royal Rumble prediction show. So yes, great time to be a wrestling fan. As always, if you guys like what you saw, though, crush that subscribe button. Check out that Twitter account and that Facebook page. And as you can tell, I like to fiddle and diddle a lot. I've been playing with just various random items on my desk. You all have yourselves a great evening. That'll be all from the bottom of my heart. This is JP from Kayfabe Chronicles, and I'll see you guys next time.